Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm gonna show you some higher order functions in JavaScript like ES6 functions. These are actually the ES6 functions like filter, map, sort, and reduce. So here it is basic file.html file, and I have created two arrays. One is startups and the next one is ages. In startups, we have some objects with some properties called name, platform, location, and year. So I have few properties in this array as you can see here, and the next array is ages. So basically what I'm trying to show you in this video is I'm trying to show you some higher order functions which you can use inside your JS projects, JavaScript projects, and you can improve your skills if you work on those functions. So as you can see here, uh, we have two basic arrays, and using these two arrays I'm going to show you how you can actually use these higher order functions like filter, map, sort, and reduce in JavaScript. You can I'm not going in deep to show you these all things, but I'll show you the basics of these functions so that you can explore more about this on internet, on Google. So, and also you can use this inside any framework or inside any project like Angular or React. So it depends on your requirement, right? So let's get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the for loop here, right? So I'll just take, let I equals to 0, and I'm gonna say I less than startups dot length, right? Sorry. And I'm gonna increment this value, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna console.log the value of this startups of I, right? So let's save it and let's see the preview inside the browser. Sorry, let's save it and let's see the preview inside the browser. As you can see here, we have the we have list of objects inside our array, and you can see all properties like name, platform, location, and year. So this is just a basic and a simple example of for loop for how to loop an array, but I'll show you how you can loop an array using some advanced loop called forEach. You might have heard about this loop. Let me show you how you can actually use inside your uh, JavaScript file, inside your JavaScript function, right? I'm gonna say const, and I'm gonna say startup equals to startups dot for each, right? I'm gonna take one anonymous function here, and let's say start, right? console.log console.log start. Save it and let's see the preview inside the browser, and it still works. As you can see here, I have taken a variable, constant variable startup, and I'm gonna now I am looping through an array, startups array, using for each loop, and I'm just using one uh, anonymous function. I'm passing one parameter, and just I'm console logging into this constant variable, right? But you can do this in using arrow functions as well. Let me show you. Start, right? This is the more advanced way. The arrow functions are popular these days in JavaScript, and you can do this. Here is an example. Console.log start, right? Let's save it and let's see the preview inside the browser, and it still works. You can see here, right? All the objects of this array startups are listing inside the console.log. You can see here, right? So this is the more advanced way using arrow functions. So these kind of things I'm going to teach you in this video. So the next one is the filter function in JavaScript, right? Basically, filter functions allow us to filter some values present in our array. Let me show you how you can do that. Constant filtered value, right? Startups dot filter, and we'll take one function and it'll say startup, right? Startup, and I'm gonna say console.log. No, sorry, I'm gonna say uh, if I'm trying to filter the values, right? If startup dot year greater than 85, so those values I'm going to print inside the console, right? I'm filtering the value here, startup. As you can see here, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to filter the values depends on the year attribute inside this object, right? If the value of the year is greater than 85, then it is going to print the startup value, right? So I'll save it and I'll see the preview inside the browser. You can see here I have only one object, right, which is greater than 85. Let me check here. It is 95, right? All the values are below 85, 80, 70, 42 and 45, right? So using this technique you can filter the values. But let me show you the another way of this filter function is the arrow function, right? Use startup, right? Startup and say uh, startup dot year greater than 60, right? Then I'll say console.log startup, right? Otherwise I'm gonna say I'm using ternary operator here. As you can see here, I'm using ternary operator and I'm trying to print the values in the console which has the value of year greater than 60, or else I'm gonna say oh shit, right? This is the simple message. So let's save it and let's see the preview in the browser. You can see here I have three values which has the year value greater than 60. As you can see here, 95, 80 and 70. I have three values in the console. The two values are less than 60, so I got the message oh shit two times. You can see here the count of this message inside the circle here, the small circle, right? So this is the smart and the advanced way using arrow functions. You can use filter method. So this is just a simple example, but you can explore more about this. As I said earlier, you can explore more about these functions on internet, or you can find some good documentation, some good articles to read, and you can know more about these functions. Let me just comment out this function and let's move to the next function, that is map, right? The map function is just used for creating an array of elements. Like if you want to map anything, then you can use this function. Let me show you the demo of this function, mapped. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say startups dot map, and I'm gonna say function, and I'm gonna say startup, the value of startup, right? And I'm gonna say console.log. I want the name of startups, individual startups, right? Dot name. Let's save it and let's see the preview inside the browser. I have all names the of the companies, of the startups which I have defined here in this startups array, right? What if I want to use something like uh, the expression, right? So in this I'm gonna use some variables like I want the name of the startup and the year and the location as well. I want three values, so I'll use this expression, right? I'm gonna say dollar, right, startup dot name, and I want dollar startup dot location, and I also want, sorry, I let me correct this one, right, dollar, and I want startup dot year, or you can say platform, right? So I want these three values inside the console: the name, location, and the platform. This you can use, this expression you can use, right? I have created one video on this expression, and you can watch that tutorial to understand these kind of expressions in JavaScript, right? Use this one, and I'll paste it here. You can see here. Let me use the, right, you can see here Epicop, the location and the platform, the companies, locations and the platforms, you can see here. So this is just a simple demo of map function in JavaScript. Hope you understand and hope you're getting my points what I'm trying to explain you. And please let me know your comments in the comment section below, right? If I'm doing anything wrong, let me know. Let's comment out this line and let's move to the next function, that is sort function. As you can understand the functionality of this function, right, it allows you to sort the values inside the array, right? Let me show you how you can do that. Const sort it, you can say startups, uh, no, I'm gonna use the ages array now. I have created two arrays, right? I have created two arrays here, the startups and the ages one, right? So let me use ages dot sort, and let me take one anonymous function here. Let's take age 1, or you can say a comma b. Let me take two values here, right? If a is greater than b, I'm gonna say console dot log a, and let me use the concatenation part, hooray, right? Else I'm gonna say else, hooray, no, it's shit b. So let's save it. What I'm trying to do here is I'm taking two values, because sort function takes two parameters, right? I'm taking two values and I'm comparing these two values. If a is greater than b, then it's going to print a, else it is going to print b. Save this and let's see. Shit, let me use some spaces here so that it is more readable, right? Shit 43, hooray 43, hooray 18, right? It takes two values, because if 33 is greater than 33 is not greater than 43, so it prints 43 first, right? Then it takes 43 and 18, the next two values, right? It takes two values, 43 and 18. 43 is greater than, so it prints 43 here in the console. Like that, it prints in the order. It compares every two value of it compares two values in every call, right? So let me use the advanced method. The advanced way of writing sort function is this one, right? So use a comma b, arrow functions. We are using arrow functions now, right? And we are saying that if a is greater than b, right? And I'm gonna say console.log a, right? Or else I'm gonna say console.log b, right? This is the advanced way of writing sort functions. Save it and let's see the preview. As you can see here, 43 43, so you can append some strings here to see the exact values, exact results. It just take two values and it say we are using ternary operator here. If a is greater than b, then it is going to print a value, or else if a is lesser than b, then it is going to print the b value in the console. So we are getting the exact results, but you can append some you can concatenate some strings inside your console.log statement to see the correct answer, right? So I'm commenting out this line here. Hope you understand about these three functions: filter, map, sort, and the last but not the least is the reduce function in JavaScript. Let me show you. Reduce function allows you to reduce the work which you are doing on array in JavaScript. Like if you want to know the sum value of elements in an array, then you can use this function. Like, let me show you the demo here, right? Sum, or ages, you can say ages sum equals to ages dot reduce and use function total comma age, right? Use this function and say console.log total plus age, right? I'm not uh, going to use console.log statement because in reduce we have to use return function because it returns something, right? We are trying to know the total value, the sum of all elements inside ages array, right? So we need to use this return statement in reduce function. Remember this point, right? The total value is 0 initially. The initial value of total is 0. It takes the first value of age and it then adds it to the total and it returns the value. So let me save it and let's see the preview inside the browser. It is not showing any result because we have to use console.log age sum. We have to use this. You can see here the value now. 230 is the sum of all elements, sum of all values inside the ages array, right? This is the advanced. This is not the advanced because we are not using any arrow function here, right? You can see here it takes two parameters, total and age, and it returns the total plus age, right? That it returns the total plus age value, right? But you can do this in an advanced way, uh, like it takes two values, total comma age, right? And it's a total plus age and comma pass 0 value, right? I'm doing in one line. This is the optimized way of using JavaScript, higher order JavaScript functions. I'm just passing two parameters, total and age, and just I'm uh, uh, adding these two values, and I'm say passing the 0 value to the total. The initial value should be 0. I'm just using this optimized way. Let's see the preview, and it still gives the same value, 230, right? This is the optimized way, and this is the advanced way of writing JavaScript functions using arrow function. And hope you like it and hope you understand each and everything which I have explained you in this video. Please let me know your comments, your feedback in the comment section below, and I hope you really enjoy this video. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to watch my previous tutorial on JavaScript and ES6 videos, kind of, then you can easily understand those concepts. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.